What's up, my boy? We're in week 25 with 26 with this thing, the halfway point. Again, never kept up with any New Year's or new whatever outside of working out in 2012 this long. So feel good about it. Word of the day, according to Merriam-Webster, is cantankerous. So that's being angry or annoyed, and I be feeling that sometimes when I get to this house because these boys act like they don't see plates, cups, trash, just silly stuff, man. But we had another good week with working out. Checked all of our boxes on working out. So 4 spins. 4 rugs. Yeah, right. 4 spins. I did a rug. I actually did a mile run instead of a rug, but I still counted. So I had a run. I did an upper body and a lower body workout. Of course, this was home workouts because I'm not working at the gym where I had gym access at anymore. And I actually went through, I think, 2 pool days in there. We went to the pool twice. So today happens to be Saturday. I know I was doing real well with knocking out, staying on top of my Wednesdays, man. This week here done been something. So it's Saturday, so I got to make sure I don't spill into anything for week 27. But yep, we checked all our boxes with working out. Of course, this was our first unemployed week or whatever, because my contract ended last Friday, and it's been kind of a learning week, I'll say that, of sorts. The company that laid me off actually reached back out to me for an interview for a position that was similar to one that I've done before. So the manager was like, yeah, we really like you. The recruiter reached out and was like, yeah, the manager really wants to speak to you. They love your experience, everything you got going on. Okay. Yep, but it pays what I was getting paid years ago. And I'm like, yeah, no thank you. And she was like, oh, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, no, I was making that before I got the experience and skills that I've gained over these last 4 or 5 years. So, I appreciate it. I love to fill the role, but that number that you're giving doesn't work for me with the skills and experience that I provide. And so she was like, well, are you sure you can't budge? I'm positive. I am positive. Like, no, I did, even with the contract I just finished. Again, I appreciate it for what it was. It helped me, get straight with the bills, make sure me and the boys good. But I felt like crap because it really felt like not that it felt like it, but I regressed as far as what I was making. Nobody wants to go backwards. It at least put me at my ceiling or close to it. This wasn't even close. And that's not on them because they didn't make me come work here. It wasn't forced, labor or slavery or indentured servitude or nothing like that. No, it's, hey, look, this is what we're paying. Do you want it? And it's better than nothing. And I didn't like the way I felt doing that. The check was okay, but no, I'm looking to progress. This year's about progressing. So, I have been saying, if a company can't get to my number, I'm cool with testing the waters and having the confidence in my business and, side hustles to make it shake and take care of us. So, she's like, well, I'll see if I can talk to him. Okay. So, she reached back out and was like, yeah, they still want to interview with you, whatever. Interview smacked that mug out the park. Like, one of the best interviews I've had. I was there, I was early. I was prepared. And again, because this work I've done, like, I realized at the end of the day, I know I was saying before, like, I haven't built up a bunch of experience, but like I said, I think I said it last week, I do have experience. It's not super concentrated like being an accountant or being a financial planner or nothing like that, but I have, especially in this company, like, experience and transferable skills. So I have more experience than I gave myself credit for. And, I kind of realized that when we're finna negotiate this number because I'm not a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, entry-level employee anymore. I have experience not just with y'all, but with other companies, several years with y'all, and moved up. So I'm not going back. So that was cool. Like I said, knocked the interview out of the park. They said, of course, the holiday just passed or whatever. So they told me it wouldn't be until this coming week for when I hear back. And if I do hear back, yay or nay. If it's yay, then it will be one more interview with someone on the team because it was just with like a manager, and I think someone is getting into leadership. So that was cool. We'll see what happens. If the number's there, we'll go with it. So this has been the first week, of course, I was talking about all in with the business. Again, holiday, cool. And I knew this anyway. I definitely increased my budget, but I still have to figure out how to manage that. So like, I owe my budget for leads and jobs up to, I think, $100 for this week. I was like, well, I'll go with 100. Go up to 100. So I get one. We wrap the lady. I think I had talked to someone else and their price was way lower, and it was like, no, for what? Some of these people, oh God, I can't speak on the one. I just had a call not too long ago, actually. Money wasted because I didn't get the job, but it was like, no, for what you want and what you're offering to pay, absolutely not. Yeah, somebody else could do that. I make that out here driving no Uber and Lyft in less time, so no, So first lady, boom, we wrap, nope. She went with somebody else. They said way cheaper. All right, have a good day. Second person, didn't hear back from. Third person, and this is what I didn't know. So I'm like, okay, cool. I got $100 worth of leads. I mean, for my budget, my leads are set to like $20. So I'm like, I should get, at least like 5 leads. If it's $19, $20, what I'm saying, I'm gonna pay for them. First one like 17, other one like 14. Third one, $55. What the fuck? Whoa, wait a minute. Hey, what happened here? So of course that used up like a chunk of the budget right there, and it was like most of it gone. That's like $80-something. I'm like, what's going on? So that killed the majority of it. Gets worse. The job, now the person did only reach out to me, so that's good. But the job isn't even until like next month, like August the 6th or 7th or something like that. I'm like, then I reach out to, coordinate and rap with them. They ain't even answer, haven't responded. So I'm like, if I wasted $55 on one lead, okay, I gotta adjust these leads because we can't be having that go on. I missed out on 2-3 more jobs. So I ended up spending more money on more leads. And I think from this week, I did end up getting one. I can't speak on that because I think that was after the deadline. But anyway, but last week, so yeah, for week 26, I know I did a job on Thursday and Friday. Thursday was, what did I do on Thursday? Was an office. Thursday was an all-day job. It was like 6 chairs, a bookcase, and then it was almost a U shape, but it was an L desk, like with a curved corner to go in. It was easily the most complex desk I've done. Heavy duty wood, a bunch of parts and pieces. It was a lot, but of course I got it done. So knocked out that office or whatever. The person was very satisfied. It was an office for like they staff or contract out CNAs. So that went well. It was in South Carolina, and the lady was like, I gave one of my cars. She was like, yeah, because my husband, he'd be slow with doing stuff. It would have took him 3 months to do this, to even do one thing. So I like the way you communicate. You get here early, you do good work, you don't raise no hell. Yeah, leave me one of your cards. I'm gonna hit you back for some stuff here, and my mama be ordering stuff. So of course, we'll see what comes. I have had, a few return clients now. So that was Thursday. Friday, ended up at St. Luke at my great-grandma old church, and they had 65 other like chairs, not foldable, but like the regular chairs that you would sit in or whatever. So I'm like, all right, what time you talking about getting there? 9 o'clock. I'm like, I should better knock that out by myself. Go get started. About what? 4 hours later, I got about, I think I had like 18 done. So I'm like, all right, 18 in 4 hours. He gonna be here till almost 10, he said. So doing the math, especially me learning and getting together, I'll get it done, but I've been pushing it right to the button. So I was like, all right, I could at least grab my boys, from the house, my sons and them, and bring them with me, and that could at least knock off an hour or 2 if I had them teaming up and doing the simple parts, and then I just come in where the muscle is needed. So I was like, all right, but before that, I was like, let me reach out to my older brother, because he had been saying if it's a job he can help me with, let him know. So reach out to my older brother, he don't answer. Reach out to my younger brother, just after me on my dad's side, because he be needing money all the time too. Hey bro, what's good? I got a job. He was out working with Pop, and they ended up out all day. I'm like, well, if you finish, let me know. So they ended up getting rained on and was out all day, so he didn't hit me back. And so when I didn't hear back from my brother, my older brother, the person that was over the church or over the job had to go get a haircut anyway. So I was like, well, you're going to get a haircut. I had a shape-up schedule. I was like, well, I'll leave when you leave, and I'll come back around the same time. So I ran, get my shape up, boom. Run, drop off the stuff at the office, boom. And I was going to pick up all 4 of my boys. But my older brother reached back out. I was like, what's up? I was like, I'll see you on time to get out. I'm off today. I was like, oh, well, you had been saying something about working the job with me. I got one. I'm ready. Cool. So I go, grab my younger brother, drop off the laptop and the equipment, go pick my older brother up. I hit him up almost an hour, at least 45 minutes, if not an hour before I was even going to be headed his way, because I had to run to the south side of town, all the way down this highway that I'm on to get to the job, all the way, almost in South Carolina, then come all the way back by Center City where he lived, and then go back to the north side where the church was at. Hit him up before I even picked my brother up. My son I'm raising, right? Cool. Tell me why I get there. It still take him almost 20 minutes to come outside. Dude, what you on? But we get there, man, we bust it down, we finished with plenty of time to spare. I think we got back there like 5, and I think it was like maybe 4:30, and we finished at like 8:30. So it's like, cool, that was with time to spare. So I threw him some money, threw my younger brother some money, and everybody was, cool. So I'm like, bro, like you see, now you seen the jobs, these easy, you can get this yourself, but that ain't no mean he'll do it. Everybody do what they want, when they ready. So he ain't ready yet apparently. But so we knocked that out. And like I say, so I had all those leads come through, but haven't locked nothing down. I have one pending for Monday, and if this could come through, man, this will make up. Cause for what I would have liked to have made for my first week, I did it, of course, and that's okay. We still straight, everything solid or whatever. I've been lifted. I lifted last night, I lifted today. We getting stuff paid, so we still solid. But again, this was a holiday week, and a lot of the jobs, people were like, either want to do last minute or I don't know. But it just didn't work out for me this week. I think next week will be better. I am going to lower the budget so it don't get ate up in one big chunk like that. And then, like I say, I got to set the $60 right now, right? So let's say you use $60. Hopefully, none of the jobs are over 20. So it's like, all right, give me some $20 leads or whatever, cool. But don't give me no $40 lead, and then I only got $20 left. That's dumb. So we'll see where the leads go next week, and then let's say I run out, because usually it don't take long to run out. I run out on Monday. Let's say we get to, and hopefully especially with that first job that came from off the app comes, then we get to like Wednesday. I did that job. Let's say one more come up. As a matter of fact, I even threw one on there for Angie's list for Tuesday. I'm gonna take my oldest with me for that one. So let's say go do the job on Tuesday. Wednesday come, if I don't have anything scheduled, I'll put some more money into the budget. I'm put another 60 or something like that, because now we a couple days into the week, and some other people just like mine, my budget would typically be going on Monday. Some people who don't have unlimited budgets, they're not in the picture anymore. It's less competition. So I learned that first week was a learning week or whatever. Like, no, don't just put the whole thing, because they'll eat you up in one, and you say, and don't even get the job. Well, I'm not playing them games no more. But like I say, man, a cool week. We've been productive. Like I said, I'm trying to make sure I'm saying that past Wednesday. Talked about the interview. That's really it. I'm saying nothing crazy, spectacular. That about it, brother. Pretty okay week for the halfway mark. Like I said, we'll see what happens next week for 27, if I have something to report as far as this interview, the job. And definitely hope, like I say, next week will be the better test of, now that I know not to put all the money into the budget off the ripper. We'll know how to test and work the budget out. And as far as if we're going to work this job or not. Because I know they said it started in August, but from the sounds of it, they'll want to do onboarding like in a week or two. So like mid-July. And then that way, at least by, if that's the case, then beginning of August, you might mess around and have a check. Boom, we're back in the game. There were the bills. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, it's been smooth. I love you, my boy. Take care of yourself, and remember that all our goals and everything we're working towards are going to come overnights, plural with an S, not overnight. You ain't lose everything that you lost and set yourself back in a night, and you ain't going to come out of this hole in a night. But I'm built to last. Jackie Robinson. Stay at it, my boy. I'll let you next week in 27. Peace.